Last time on Nerds on Tap. Don't surprise Joseph on the toilet because he'll pee all over your fucking legs. We had another Joe on the show and he would play with his Dobby in inappropriate ways. Jim and Katie's Halloween Hootenanny is on October 24th. Come on down. Wait, is this airing? I don't remember. Chris is going to be wearing a crazier costume in this episode. You won't be able to see it if you don't go on YouTube. This is Nerds on Tap. Hey everybody, this is another episode of Nerds on Tap, Part B, the Nerdocalypse edition. My name is Jim.
I'm Chris.
I'm Joseph.
And on this episode, Part B, part stuff. Hold on. And as
Part stuff.
And as always, Part B is going to be the Nerdocalypse. Nerdocalypse. Man, I'm drunk.
Just leave it at that. Nerdocalypse.
Yep, Nerdocalypse. That's how I spell it, because I never spell it correctly. Is when two random combatants that were picked in Part A will fight in a duel. It's like a duel. It's like a fight. It's like a battle. It's like to the death. Maybe not to the death. We never know until we start. Chris, who are our combatants this episode?
Oh, God. All right. Our combatants are... Shit, how do I do this? This is going to be so hard. How do I even describe the It from It Follows? What do I even call that?
Stephen King possessed by the demon Pazuzu and Freddy Krueger versus the It from It Follows and Jack Skellington. You win.
The Pumpkin King versus a bunch of stuff that I don't know much about.
I can't do those with, like, drinking beer and, like, saying all those words that fast. It just doesn't work out for me.
Well, you're the one that made the show. The format it is. You're the one that decided to do it that way, so now you gotta live with it.
My fault. It's all my fault.
There's no changing now.
So sorry.
It's true. But as always, we're also drinking beer because this is the On Tap portion of the show. If you haven't already realized, we've been drinking already. Because when it's Part B, we've been drinking all week. So I'm sure, Joseph, your beer is over 9,000. What are you drinking today?
I went Sam Adams again because I bought a seasonal pack, and it is a Hoppy Red, which is Hoppy Red Ale. It is very hoppy, but not overly so, and it's pretty delicious. I actually like this. I usually don't like it when things are too hoppy, so this is like right on that line of being just enough for me. So I really appreciate it. 5.7 also, and really good.
So what's the red part of the Hoppy Red? Like, what kind of flavors does that thing have?
No, it's just reddish.
It tastes like red.
I love that.
That's
I love
the flavor.
it. We went from having someone who brews beer, owns a brewery, who
it tastes red.
It's fucking beer. We might as well be drinking Bud Light and Keystone Light on the show. We try too hard.
Yes, we do.
I'm gonna go next. Starring on the show for the millionth gajillion time, I got a new Glarus. I just saw they had Fat Squirrel out. That is their winter beer. One of their winter folly at the end of fall, beginning of winter beers. It's awesome. I've had it before. It's one of my go-to ones when I see it. A lot of malts, toasted color, some barley. It's a good Bavarian almost style. It's light but not too light. It's got a little bit some heavy notes to it. It's a good refreshing after that. I mean, this the one I had on Part A was kind of dark and hoppy. This is more of like an ale, light, crisp kind of thing going on. It's nice. A little nutty but not overly nutty, obviously, because it is Fat Squirrel.
I dig it.
Good stuff. Another awesome one from New Glarus, who make nothing but good things.
They have really good names for their beers.
They really do.
I dig that
They're
label.
very entertaining.
I'll be getting Log Cabin and Snowshoe this winter. Those are two of my favorite too.
Nice.
Katie really likes the cabin one.
Yes.
Chris, Spyro, what do you got?
I am drinking Pumpkin. And this is from, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Uinta. I don't know. Uinta. How do you pronounce a U and an I together?
Like I think.
Uinta?
Like Uinta? Yeah.
Uinta?
We're going to say Uinta. I don't fucking know. It's brewed in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they have really strict hours for serving alcohol, and it sucks. But it's very good. It's basically just kind of an average. It tastes like an average like blonde ale, but with pumpkin added to it. So it's light, it's crisp, it's a nice little orange color, and the pumpkin is not overpowering, but it's good. So I would recommend it if you're someone that wants to try a pumpkin beer, but aren't the hugest fan of pumpkin, but you want to give it a shot. This is a good one because it's not super strong. So it's good stuff.
When I went to one of my go-to liquor stores today to buy what I was going to get, Casanova Liquors in Hudson. Really great place. I almost grabbed that one. Just
it's pretty good.
You know, this is Wisconsin. This is Wisconsin, so there's a reason this is Fat Squirrel, because the squirrel population almost outweighs like the people population. It's insane. And that's why Squirrel Girl is from Wisconsin. That's the joke, in case you didn't already know.
I didn't realize she was supposed to be from Wisconsin.
She is. When she did the 50 state initiative, she was one of the Wisconsin heroes. Was Squirrel Girl.
Did you know that she is now an Avenger?
She should have been an Avenger from the beginning. Her power is amazing. It sounds so stupid, but like they're everywhere.
And Tippy Toe is also with her. She's in the new Avengers. It's pretty interesting. There's issue 1 that just came out last week. If you go back in time 2 weeks, because this goes to, I don't know. I'm doing Back to the Future shit here. So.
Okay, so I'll get the cat out of the bag. We're recording this the day before Future Day, and I'm so excited tomorrow. I don't know. It's so dumb. I'm gonna watch Back to the Future 2. I don't even think I'm going out anywhere, but I'm gonna wear my Marty McFly costume all day. I'm gonna have my hoverboard. It's gonna be awesome.
Nice.
I think we're gonna watch it at work.
Nice.
Why not?
Cool beans. All right, let's get into this Nerdocalypse. You guys should intro who you have in case people don't know who it is. I guess we'll start with Joseph. I'm sure he knows enough about Freddy Krueger. He can start there and move on.
Yeah. So I have the team of Freddy Krueger and Stephen King possessed by Pazuzu. Touching on Freddy Krueger a bit, he is a child murderer, and he was, he was burnt and destroyed. Yeah, right, quote unquote. But
murderer.
Yeah, exactly.
He touched him first. We know.
But murderer.
It was implied pretty heavily.
But anyway, he was burnt by the parents of the children that he murdered, and as a revenge plot, he came back to haunt the children and kill the children of these parents in their dreams. So, and he's a guy with the striped sweatshirt, or the striped sweater and the claw. Everyone knows Freddy Krueger. Like, I don't know anybody who's alive who doesn't know Freddy Krueger. Maybe kids, but if you don't know, watch Nightmare on Elm Street. Come on.
Well, they had the remake not that long ago, so even like the younger generation probably knows them.
But if they've seen that one, go back and watch the good ones, and then educate yourself.
With Johnny Depp.
The first one is so amazing. Like
so good.
Some of the special effects in that shit just still hold up.
Yeah.
And they're like elaborate magic tricks. Like it's the old school style of amazing practical effects, where they built crazy sets and you see it and you have absolutely no idea how they did it. I mean, these days you can see and you're like, oh, it's CG. They did it in a computer. Who cares?
I love the wall, like when his like face is like, oh god.
Yeah, coming out of the wall when Tina gets dragged onto the ceiling.
Yeah.
When Johnny Depp's character, the
Gets
blood
sucked
just
in,
starts
blood
shooting out
shoots
of the
Oh my god.
amazing movie. And
The
unfortunately,
stairs, somebody just sit on the stairs and they like turn into like
yeah,
liquid.
they're like
and
liquidy
splash.
goo.
Oh.
Such a
Oh
great
my
movie.
God.
And unfortunately, Wes Craven, creator and director of that movie, recently passed away. So, that's very unfortunate. But at least Freddy lives on. Anyway.
Yeah, he's an iconic. He's one of the big like 4 or 5.
Definitely.
You got the Universal monsters, and then you got the new school in the '80s of like these crazy, larger than life.
Yeah. That's like Golden Age is the Universal monsters. Silver Age are these like Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason. Those are the big
three
ones.
I think of when I think of Halloween movies.
And then
Like,
Leatherface.
And Leatherface.
I get excited because I know all 3 of those are going to be on AMC at some point. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which one is it? Where Jason, he finds the people in the sleeping bag and he just beats them over, picks them up and just beats them into the tree.
That's Jason X.
Man, that's a dumb movie, but that part was hilarious.
Oh, agreed.
And it's terrifying. And like you're just in a sleeping bag and some big dude comes and beats the shit out of you in your sleeping bag. Like, oh, you made it more convenient for me to kill you. Thank you.
Yes. I recently kickstarted the new game that's hopefully going to come out eventually.
cool.
Yeah, when we go to that Crypticon, Kane Hodder's going to be there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. And for my second character, I have Stephen King, possessed by Pazuzu. Stephen King, the writer of so many great books, which were adapted into films, like Pet Sematary, like Stephen King's It, like Christine, like The Langoliers, like
Dreamcatcher.
like oh man, he was one of the
Mercedes
co-writers for Creepshow and starred in his own Creepshow as Geordie in the Meteorite one, or the Meteor one. I can't remember the name of it. The Lonely Life or the Lonely Death of Geordie something.
My
Under the Dome. That's like the newest thing. It's a TV show, or was maybe. Was.
I think it's done now, but yeah.
So a lot of people are probably familiar with that. If you didn't know it's Stephen King, that was done by Stephen King.
My favorite Stephen King movie is the one that he actually directed himself, and he admitted that he basically spent all of the money that he got paid to do it to buy cocaine and was on cocaine the entire time they fucking made that movie.
Makes a lot of sense now.
Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, with the Green Goblin truck.
Yeah, man. Emilio Estevez.
Yep.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie.
Emilio Estevez has made a mention in both our episodes this
Yep.
time.
This has been the most publicity he's gotten in a while, I
It's
think.
weird.
That's why
yeah.
I brought it up. And then he tips his hat like this.
Oh. So so Stephen King, it's not just Stephen King. This is Stephen King possessed by Pazuzu from The Exorcist. If you haven't seen The Exorcist, what's wrong with you? Watch The Exorcist. It's one of the best horror movies of all time, and it still holds up no matter what. So check out that movie. He's essentially a demon who possesses a young girl, and in this case, he's possessing Stephen King. So we're going to see what happens. I don't know yet, but we're going to find out.
It's going to be weird.
It's true. Yeah, the Exorcist is one of those old school horror movies where the urban legends behind the making of it are almost as like persistent as the actual things that happen in the movie, and it makes it more entertaining. Too. There's some crazy shit that happened during the making of that. It's insane.
I wasn't really even sure how to like name this thing, but we're just calling it The It from It Follows, which It Follows is a newer movie, and basically the thing that happens there is that
spoiler alert.
Someone somewhere, spoiler alert, Jim, that's like Jim's catchphrase in every episode now. Somebody somewhere gets cursed, and this thing kind of takes on the appearance of, it could be someone they know, it might be a stranger, it's usually naked, and it just follows them. If it catches up with them, it's going to kill the fuck out of them, like horribly. And the only way to get it to stop following them is to have sex with someone else, and that passes the curse on to whoever they had sex with. So basically, like it sounds kind of hokey, but when you're watching it, it gets freaking creepy. Like, and the thing never stops. It never stops following you until it's passed on to somebody else. But if you pass it on to someone and that person dies, it comes back after you again. So that's kind of the rules of the It from It Follows. My other character is Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, from Nightmare Before Christmas. One of my favorite things as a teenager, because everyone's favorite thing as a teenager, apparently. I still enjoy that movie a lot. He's just a really cool character. He's like the king of Halloween, basically. He lives in Halloween Town, and it's basically Halloween every day, all year. It's just the way of life there. They scare everything, and it's just really cool. So those are my peoples. Yes. If you can call them
you can
peoples.
tell there's a lot of Jack Skellington. It's like a lot of Tim Burton's more celebrated works. It's very autobiographical, where it's him projecting, like, so you got Jack Skellington, who he's every day it's dark, and then he's so good at it he kind of gets sick of it, and then he tries to find something else, and then tries to take the macabre and mashes it together with the
Christmas.
kishy like, you know, bright things, and kind of jams them together. And that's the conflict of the movie, is him trying to bring them, which is what Tim Burton does all the time. Like, he likes the lonely, you know, brooding characters. It's basically an animated remake of Edward Scissorhands, more or less. I mean, there's a lot of that.
And probably, I would say probably his, I don't know, would you call it maybe his most popular movie, you think? Or the biggest cult following as far as...
Yeah, I mean, I always try to remind people that he actually didn't direct it, that it was Henry Selick.
Yeah, it was like his creation, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's Tim Burton at his best,
right,
being more of a creative designer.
Creative side.
Yeah, which is what he should be doing more of than trying to direct.
Because I've seen his sketchbook before, and like most of the creatures out of there were things that he hand sketched, and honestly, like I would rather see him as an artist than as a movie director, because his art is super cool. So
he's a fantastic production designer. It just they gave him too much, and then he just kind of went insane.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to the point where he was remaking his own movies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, Frankenweenie was a short film that he did, and then he took that, and then he's like, well, I'll make it animated, like Nightmare Before Christmas. So it was almost like he remaked two of his own movies in the same time. It's
Big Fish is really cool though, because it's really out of his norm.
Yeah, Big Fish was good.
It is different from him.
Yeah,
I found that kind of predictable though, but I understand
some parts of it. Yeah. So how the fuck do we do this?
It's all on you. I'm so glad I had nothing to do with. I'm gonna facilitate, but like I have no idea where you guys are gonna go with this. So.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm just excited as a listener.
All right. So since Freddy Krueger is one of my dudes, and we always look for a way to tie these universes together, let's say it's in our dreams or someone's dreams. Whose dreams?
Stephen King. Possessed by Pazuzu.
Jesus Christ, I don't want to be in Stephen King's head. Jesus. Whoa.
Especially possessed by a demon. I mean, he already might be. And so this is... Right? Yeah, this is just that on overdrive. So let's see. Maximum overdrive, right? Zing.
Nice callback.
All right, so let's say we're inside Stephen King's head, and Freddy Krueger drags the It from It Follows... And who else?
Jack Skellington.
Jack Skellington. Inside the dream. I don't know. Push from there, Chris.
That would make more sense since Jack Skellington is animated, and it wouldn't like you break. Like, how would he come into the real world? If it's a dream, then it makes sense.
Right. Let's say, and Jack Skellington goes inside a tree that's like a dream tree or something. It just appears out of nowhere.
Jack Skellington finds a tree that has a tree with Stephen King painted on it, and opens it up, and he falls in, and he immediately lands in this really like abysmal, scary place, and he's like, "What's this? What's this?" But then he stops because he's really used to really creepy, abysmal things, and he's fine.
He just has to check it out. Hey, as a side note, have you guys watched Rick and Morty?
Oh,
I've
hell
seen
yeah.
some of it,
So
yeah.
have you seen the episode with it wasn't Freddy Krueger. I can't remember his name in that.
Scary Terry.
Scary Terry. Oh my
And he
God.
kept saying
Bitch, yeah.
and he had balls on his face. and then he has like a family. Like
Yeah.
it's like that's his job. It's just to go into other people's dreams and scare the shit out of them. And then he goes back and he has like a wife and kids.
Yeah.
Like he's just like,
Terry.
oh, it was hard today.
I'm late for class, bitch. Yeah, in his dream.
Fucking love that show so much.
Oh, man, that episode's hilarious.
I've been such a Justin Roiland fan since House of Cosby's, and I used to watch all their Dan Harmon and Rob Schraub started Channel 101, and that's where Justin Roiland kind of got his start. And yeah, House of Cosby's, and the short that actually preceded that was kind of the inspiration for Rick and Morty was it was actually a really demented parody of Back to the Future, and it was Doc and Marty. But
Oh
it
my
was,
God, I've seen that.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta lick my balls. It's
Lick my
disgusting.
balls, Marty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd seen that, so when I heard about Rick and Morty, I was like, oh, it's that. They turned it into a show, but then they like threw a whole bunch of Doctor Who in there. I mean, it's basically, if you haven't seen Rick and Morty, seek it out. It is Doctor Who meets House of Cosby's. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's such a great show.
But yeah, it's Scary
House of
Terry
Cosby's
is
is
so
great.
funny.
That's just a side note because of Scary Terry. But back to Freddy Krueger. Yeah, bitch. Okay, so let's say that Freddy Krueger. So this is Stephen King's dream, but he's possessed by Pazuzu, so there's not much fear there. Freddy Krueger decides he can't really scare this guy. He is not only a creator of demons of his own and monsters, he is also possessed by one. So he decides to form an alliance. And within this dream, we have the It from It Follows. We'll assume it's I don't know. Maybe the last person to be possessed by the It from It Follows had sex with Stephen King in some way, or maybe the
Better than what I was thinking. I was like, I can't say it.
You probably shouldn't say it.
It involves Freddy Krueger.
That might be okay. I don't know.
Nope.
We're like make this. Okay, so right now we're developing a world where it's basically like if Andy Kaufman wrote Jason versus Freddy, like it's like an Inception, or like it's like an Inception. Like we're in this guy's mind, but it's his dream. Like this is like a Christopher Nolan, Charlie Kaufman fucking like nightmare of crazy shit. Plus, like if we're in Stephen King's head, we can bring in anyone. Because if they're already in there, like all of a sudden a dome comes down, and
Right.
then
I guess
fucking
it depends on if
fucking
Pazuzu-
Cujo comes out.
I guess it depends on if Pazuzu is really driving or if Stephen King is really in control of his
Yeah.
mind.
You know what? I feel like instead of Pazuzu possessing Stephen King, maybe Stephen King has possessed Pazuzu.
Nice.
His mind is more powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
So
His
Pazuzu's
mind can
writing books about-
come up with scarier
right.
things.
Stephen King can come out with 14 books a year or whatever the fuck he does. Have you actually seen the copy of Under the Dome?
No.
Like seen it on a shelf?
Yeah, I have.
It's this thick. Like I got it for Christmas. Yeah, I got it for Christmas for Katie one year, and I was like, "Here, read this giant book."
Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't even know how this fight would start. I honestly want to think that it would start from like, I don't know. I think Freddy would really want to fuck with Jack Skellington would be my first thought. Like, because Jack lives in such a surreal world, and even though it's creepy and stuff, Jack means well. Everything's still kind of fun and cute in a way.
Yeah,
Right.
there's
He's gonna want to shit all over that.
It's
Yeah.
like there's death, but there's not really.
But it's fun.
It's
death.
not. Yeah, it's fun
Yeah.
death. There's not really violence so much as just
Right.
like scary things.
Like you take Jack Skellington and you put him in Christmas Town, and he's like, "Whoa, this is totally different. Like this is I'm dark and crazy, and this is really light." That's almost like Freddy Krueger would look at Jack Skellington
Yeah.
the way Jack Skellington looks at Christmas
Yeah,
Town. Like
yeah.
it's like you're a lower, watered down version of
Right.
what I deal with every day. you fucker.
if Freddy
Bitch.
went to Halloween Town, he'd just be like, "What's this? What's this?" Like,
and start
be
killing
him.
everything.
Yeah.
And then if Freddy Krueger went to Christmas Town, he'd kill himself.
Pretty much.
He would hunt Santa down.
So
He
we've
would light
kinda
himself on fire.
We've kind of established that Stephen King may have done something to bring on the It from It Follows, and that Freddy Krueger is fucking with Jack Skellington. So then I would assume that like the It and Jack, and then Freddy and Steven just kind of side up with each other out of necessity because they're both like in conflict with these two other things. So I mean the thing with the It from It Follows is it's just gonna follow Stephen King around until it gets close enough to pretty much like snap his legs in half and shit like that. So and it's not gonna stop unless Stephen King fucks something else. So basically my first move is, I mean, the It is gonna chase after him until he screws something else, and if he catches up, he's gonna break the shit out of Stephen King. So
I think this may all end up being Stephen King's dream. Like maybe he just recently saw these movies. Maybe he's just in that kind of mood. So he's bringing it all together. Nightmare on Elm Street, It Follows, and Nightmare Before Christmas, just all entangled in Stephen King's head. So he's there, but only as a... I mean, he's an observer, but he's also a participant in as much as you can be in a dream.
Yeah, it's his subconscious. If we go by the rules of Inception, we could, they're all made from him, and
and the top might not be spinning, but we're not sure.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we also watched Exorcist. That's why Pazuzu's in this. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And
Stephen King would watch Exorcist probably on an annual basis.
Yeah.
With Freddy Krueger being involved, because if Freddy's in this realm too, then if like Stephen King was killed in his own mind, then would he die in real life the way that Freddy's victims would?
Presumably, but they're on a team, so that's a moot point.
So if my It catches up with Steven and kills
outside.
him.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So,
if somebody else kills him.
It Follows isn't in his head. It's on the outside on his way while this fight is happening in his head. So it's almost like a timed, like, but if we don't get this resolved by the time It Follows gets to it, where everyone's done.
Yeah. So it looks like by the time here we have 6 minutes to resolve this before it gets here.
So that kind of screwed. Poor Jack is kind of screwed now, because he's kind of by himself in the mindscape. While the It might end everything anyway, but Jack's like, well, shit, I gotta contend with all these people.
Well,
Freddy's
shit.
Freddy's gonna. Fuck this. Freddy's gonna go right into that Jack Skellington head, and it's gonna be a dream within a dream, and then we're gonna get too deep, and then all of a sudden, like, Jack's in limbo. Like, what? But I mean, he would probably be okay living there.
Yeah, Jack would be okay with that stuff. And Jack's first thing is gonna be, he's gonna try to annoy them to the point where Steven wakes up by singing a song about everything that happens. So
Danny
he's
Elfman
gonna
music wall to wall.
Yeah, he's gonna turn this entire fight into a musical.
While he's singing,
in the hopes that everyone wants to kill themselves.
While he's singing, Freddy drags him into, in a music video-esque fashion, he drags him to a boiler room. So that's just where you end up while singing. Of course, the boiler room. You have to bring that.
Oh man!
Either that or the hallway of a classroom, or the hallway of a school where someone's being dragged bloody through the halls.
I feel like Jack would probably get distracted in a place like that because it's something he hasn't seen before. And we've seen him go into Christmas Town. He gets very distracted. He just wants to touch everything, see all the shiny objects, and sing about it.
He's a curious guy.
Yeah, he's very curious. Yeah.
Yeah.
You only see one life for your entire life. I mean, it's the fish out of water thing.
Right. Does Jack dream?
What's that?
Does Jack dream?
He's a skeleton. He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So Jack is essentially, I mean, he's a skeleton. How do you kill a skeleton?
Yeah, maybe Freddy tries to go in and he's like,
It's like, can Jack even be defeated?
Yeah, because
Jack doesn't sleep.
Yeah, like even when like Jack can take his own head off, right? And stuff like that. So Freddy tries decapitation, it's useless.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's gonna be singing about it the whole time.
Yeah, he's singing while the action's going on, kind of like artfully dodging Freddy's claws while they're coming at him as he sings. Exactly.
He's got a little dance number to it. Nice.
And all this,
like doing like the smooth criminal lean and shit.
Perfect.
and all the while, It Follows is following, or it's trying to.
Closer. It's
Yeah.
like throwing rocks through the window to try to get in.
It's the slow motion van coming off of going into the water in Inception. Like, time is different.
And the It Follows has taken the form of just some random person that Stephen King hooked up with when he was doing all that cocaine, making that. What was the movie again? Maximum
Overdrive. Yeah.
So whatever possible. I don't know. I lost my train of thought because I drank a lot of beer.
Plus, this is getting nuts because we're like in a dream within a dream, and there's like we're in two different levels of consciousness.
Yeah. Let's say
if we don't finish it, it's gonna get there. So
let's say Freddy is aware that it is following, so he starts. Stephen King's there just taking notes. He's like, "Oh, this seems interesting. I should write about this." And so while doing so, Freddy comes over and starts shaking. He's like, "Wake up, bitch! Wake up! It's almost here." And so,
does that make Pazuzu kind of come out, or how does that work?
Well, I don't know. See, it's the Pazuzu part's hard to bring into this whole mess because
that's when all of a sudden Pazuzu's like, "Fuck no, get off me!" And then he grabs a cross and starts jamming it up his butthole. Like
Stephen King's head starts spinning around.
It starts spinning his head. Projectile vomit.
Pea soup everywhere,
etc., etc. I don't know if that would bother Freddy Krueger that much.
I was about to. I don't want to fight for Joseph's side, but I came up with this thing. It's too funny not to say. Is that if it got into the bedroom where Stephen King's sleeping, but if Pazuzu is possessing him and his head's spinning around, he's throwing up everywhere. That might give the It some pause.
Even the nude old man It Follows is like, whoa, hold on.
We should just be friends.
Yeah.
So the It is somewhat distracted because of what Pazuzu's doing. So it'll give them a little bit of time to finish it off inside the head and see what happens.
Maybe the It Follows backs off, and then Freddy jumps back into Stephen King's head, and then just starts going on a murder spree. He kills Cujo. He goes after he Honda's Christine, just beats the shit out of the car.
He takes out Maximum Overdrive. He takes out the Green Goblin mobile. He takes out he finds silver bullets and takes out Pennywise the clown as a spider.
There's so much in Stephen King's head that Freddy Krueger would just go on forever, just living in his dreams, destroying everything in his dreams that he Stephen King come up with infinity. Like
exactly, it keeps creating itself faster than Freddy can kill. So therefore, it's almost like Freddy's new nightmare. And then, and so now Freddy is stuck in that redundancy of destroying Stephen King's dreams.
And then Pazuzu's like, "There's too much shit in here. I'm done. I'm out of here.
I'm out."
So Pazuzu's gonna hightail it and be like, "I'm done."
Yeah, Pazuzu jumps ship.
So Stephen King wins then.
But wait, if Pazuzu leaves his body though, then the It has a clear shot.
So what is the It Follows? I guess what is it doing at this time?
Well, couldn't Pazuzu jump from Stephen King to the It? I mean, it's a demon. It can do whatever.
That's true. So let's say he gives that a shot. What happens?
Well, that's the thing is we don't know exactly what the It is. So we don't know. Like it has to do with some kind of curse, but it's not like a physical being. It just takes on the personification of a person. But the only people that can even see it are the people that are cursed. So obviously it doesn't have like an actual physical form. But it can still manipulate reality because it can like fling people around. It can snap their limbs off, all kinds of crazy shit.
What if Pazuzu said, what if he tells it from It Follows that he fucked Stephen King with a cross, and then now wouldn't that curse be on him and or the cross?
Oh, would it be on him or the cross?
Who was the fucker there?
Right.
The person who was holding the cross.
Or the cross itself.
I feel like it would have to go after the cross.
I think so.
And then it would be destroyed by the power of Jesus.
The power of Christ compelled it.
Oh man! So it got destroyed.
Yeah, by the power of
the
Christ.
power of Christ compelled it.
Perfect storm.
I like it.
And so the it is gone. Pazuzu he like hightailed it. He's out.
He's a free agent. Yeah.
Freddy and Jack are still in Stephen King's head, but Freddy's preoccupied killing everything in Stephen King's mind. Jack's just singing songs about shit that doesn't make any sense.
Like Stephen King would make an area for Jack. He'd be like, "Here, you can be over here.
I could see that.
I'm gonna create a world for you.
Yeah, create
and
a
let
Jack
Freddy
under
go.
the dome.
Create a PG or a G world for Jack, and then keep Freddy in the R world." So
Man.
Stephen King, I think, wins this battle.
Yeah, I don't have a good
Ultimate
argument
win.
against it. Oh, sad. Poor Jack. Poor It Follows that kills people.
The power of Christ compelled him.
And then suddenly Stephen King wakes up and he's like, "Oh, is this a dream or not?" And he grabs a top and he spins it, and then it spins forever and ever. And just when you think it's gonna fall, fade to
The
black.
camera cuts out and you don't know. Ah.
I finished my beer. That was a crazy episode.
and somehow we got an actual conclusion.
Yeah.
Even with all those characters interacting, it was good.
Our horror Nerdocalypse is a success.
Our all horror Nerdocalypse.
All whores.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
All right.
That was Nerds on Tap. Thank you so
That
much
was,
for listening.
Halloween Nerds on Tap.
Our 2-part Halloween episode, even though this one's going to be well after Halloween, whatever.
Yeah.
Early November, still Halloween.
It's fine.
It'll be somewhere in November.
I'll still be off. I know. So thank you so much for listening. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, I think maybe sometimes.
Pinterest?
Sometimes.
Basically, you could just type in Nerds
Flickr.
on Tap. I hardly know her. You can just type in Nerds on Tap in your search engine of choice, and you'll find us also on bsexcluded.com, our sister parent network.
Our sister parent. It's a messed up relationship we have.
Sister parents. But thank you so much. We enjoy doing this. We are happy that you listen. Let us know what we're doing, what you like, what you don't like. Yeah, so like and share. If you like the show, let other people know about it. The more people we have listening, the more things like that we can do. So
We need iTunes ratings.
yeah, iTunes ratings are good. Not necessary, but it'd be nice.
We'll read them on air if you leave
True.
a comment.
Yeah, if you leave comments on YouTube or Facebook, we will read them on air and embarrass you in some way.
Or us.
That's always good.
We always
like to
embarrass us.
ourselves.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. So once again, this is Nerds on Tap. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
I'm Joseph.
Fucking drink like a nerd.
Cheers, nerds.
Cheers.
Happy Halloween last week or some shit.
Alfred, I need information from the back computer.
Ah, Master Bruce. How goes the raid on Arkham?
I have these names, Chris, Jim, and Joseph. They call themselves Nerds on Tap.
It says here, sir, that they can be found on Twitter at nerds_on_tap and on Facebook and iTunes. They even have a YouTube channel with all their episodes as well as other content. I'm watching it right now. It's nerdy, but quite good, sir.
These three need to be brought to justice. I will rid Gotham of their nerdiness. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am the Batman.